In this favorites installment, I'm trying something different. 3 memorable trains. While train travel is not my thing, an excursion on a historic train is like stepping back in time and getting an appreciation for the past beyond what you can read about in the history books. This video features 3 trains: the Corona Express, the Burma Railroad, and the Blue Train, and of course the stories behind them. The Corona Express was built in 1938 and served as the personal train of Boris III, the last king of Bulgaria. We're departing from Sofia's central train station. The engineers finish up their paperwork and we're on our way. The dining car is set with china with Boris III's monograph. The curtains also bear his mark. King Boris III ruled in tumultuous times from 1918 until his death in 1943. He reluctantly joined the Axis powers in 1941, but refused to deport Bulgarian Jews or send Bulgarian troops to fight on the Russian front. In August 9, 1943, Hitler summoned Boris to a face-to-face meeting. On his return to Sofia, Boris died of an apparent heart attack on August 22nd, but rumors persisted that he'd been poisoned by order of Hitler. Boris had to have known as he walked this passageway on his way to that fateful meeting with Hitler that this would not end well. The smell of smoke and the clickety-clack of the rails as we passed through the Bulgarian countryside. This was luxury travel less than 100 years ago. The suburbs of Sofia have probably seen a lot of change in that time. This derelict dairy collective is a relic of the Soviet communism in Bulgaria. This derelict factory is another relic of the planned communist economy. We arrive back in the present time at Radomir Station after an interesting excursion into the past. The 87-year-old train requires some maintenance before it can make the trip back to Sofia. Thanks to the movie Bridge over the River Kwai, this bridge in Thailand has become a tourist attraction. The bridge was built between 1940 and 43 by conscripted laborers and POWs. On June 24, 1945, the RAF destroyed the bridge and put the railway out of commission until the end of the war. After the war, the part of the bridge that collapsed was replaced by the truss spans you see today. But before we get on the train, we need to learn more about the builders. The 258-mile railway connecting rail hubs in Thailand and Burma was a strategic priority for the Japanese. At least 180,000 Southeast Asian civilians were conscripted to build the railway, along with 62,000 Allied POWs. Conditions were terrible, and more than 20% of the workers died from maltreatment, sickness, and starvation, giving the railway its nickname, Death Railway. Today, 6,982 of the POW casualties have found their final rest here at Kanchanaburi War Cemetery. On that somewhat somber note, we board the tourist train. The conductor gives us the green flag and we are on our way. We creak over the part of the bridge that the 1945 bombing took out. The scars of war and the suffering of the workers have given way to a pastoral landscape. Wat Nam Khan, a Buddhist temple, stands out against the green fields. A few of the wooden trestle bridges built during the war are still in use, but only 81 miles of the original route is still operational. The tracks are right up against the rock face. Tom Cressay is the end of the line for the tourist train. We have lunch and head back to Kanchanaburi. We're in Belgrade, Serbia, to take the Blue Train to Novi Sad. The Blue Train was Marshal Tito's private train. The original blue locomotives have been replaced with modern electric ones. Marshal Tito first used the train in 1946. After his death in 1980, the train transported his body from Ljubljana back to Belgrade. If only these corridors could talk. Tito traveled over 370,000 miles on the Blue Train, not only through Yugoslavia, but also to France, Poland, Austria, Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, Greece, and the Soviet Union. The richly appointed salon cars hosted Haile Selassie, Francois Mitterrand, Yasser Arafat, and Queen Elizabeth. Carriages are paneled in mahogany. Tito's study features a beautiful marquetry ship. In his lounge, he could listen to the world on his multi-band radio. The dining car seats 28. The kitchen had a meal preparation capacity of 300 meals. On the way to Novi Sad, we enjoy the Serbian countryside. The corn's been harvested, but the hay still needs to be racked and baled. We arrive in Novi Sad, the second largest city in Serbia. Our excursion on the Blue Train was another step back in time to get a snapshot of the life and times of Marshal Tito. Here are two links for more of our adventures in Bulgaria and Serbia.